What's up, everyone? Welcome to another live session. Today is November 16, 2020. Happy Monday. I'm just going to give YouTube some time to catch up. So it's maybe 5 seconds and we can start. So, YouTube, let's go. Come on. Any second now. There we go. All right. So we're on YouTube. Perfect. So happy morning, everyone. Evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Morning over here, and the market's already moving. We have another company with some good vaccine news, which has started pushing some volatility in the markets, and we'll go over that. We'll go over the dollar index, and then work our way from there. So here we go. This morning, Moderna came out with some data, and their vaccine showed to be 94.5% effective in preventing COVID-19 in participants. Last week we had Pfizer saying they had a vaccine that was around 90% effective, and you can see this morning the Dow rose 200 points, SP 500 also increased, etc. Shares of airlines, cruise lines all went up, obviously so, and we'll go over that. So I have this kind of belief for this year. Whenever the dollar is bearish, that's when the SP 500 does its best, or reaches a shift in the trend. So if this goes down, usually SP 500 goes up. When SP 500 goes down, this usually goes up, right? Now this isn't always true, but I think right now in the current market, segment we're in, I'm noticing that. So if you look at last week, for example, where we're selling off, SP 500 was going up. The week before, while this was going up, SP 500 was going down. It's not a one-to-one correlation, but that's what something I'm noticing. So if you're a a Forex trader and a stock trader, or even just a Forex trader, I suggest you watch the SP 500, as I think it's a pretty good indicator of market uncertainty and just overall risk at the current time. Obviously, SP 500 is going to thrive when we hear news of vaccines coming along, especially one that is 94.5% effective. That is pretty good. That's actually better than the Pfizer one, which I thought was very promising. But if this is true, and we can get vaccines in to people, maybe February, March of next year, we could have a really strong summer where things start reopening up again, right? So far to start the week, I am bearish on the dollar. This morning was the initial push based on the vaccine news. But at the same time, I think investors realized about the huge stimulus bill that's coming regardless. So for this week, my target's still somewhere near 92, 92.50 for the dollar index. And therefore, we'll be looking for longs for the majors and just overall shorts for the dollar. Long term, the dollar hasn't really changed much despite that initial bump up this morning. Excuse me, I'm very nauseous this morning. You can see, we're still kind of heading lower. It came up all week last week. We were waiting for a price to break 93.13. It never did, ever, not even on the 4-hour time frame. So we could not take longs back up to these highs. Instead, we shifted to bearish. So I do think we have had 3 days of selling off so far. Friday was a pretty good day, actually. I see it's moving lower, right? I will look at what price action says at the end of the day, just because we're just getting into the trading week. But this shows me pretty clearly that we'll head over to maybe 92.5, right? And then that's just this low down here. So around here was probably my target, and therefore we look for some shorts for the dollar. This blue support zone is ultimately where price will want to go. Even the monthly looks pretty bearish as well. This kind of looks like a break from this top down to here, a fake up to the upside, and then price is going to go even lower. So I think to end the year, we might even see the dollar back down to these lows, which we made back in December of 2017. So that's near 88.7. So long term, it does look a bit bearish for sure. even the short term. So I think we'll stick with that bias and then adjust but maybe the short term bias we can adjust on a day-to-day basis just because we have a lot of news and vaccine details coming out. But long term, the sell-off is there. It's on the table. And we had a similar move back in 2017 where we came to this blue support zone. We tried to rally, and then sellers came back in, dove price down. We had a similar thing here. We come to the blue support zone. We look like we're gonna have a rally. Sellers coming back down, so we could take that price all the way down to 88.7. All right. Let's look at the Forex factory schedule real quickly. So mainly Australian news today. We already had Governor Lowe speak earlier. Monetary policy later in the day, I don't think they're going to change much, if anything. So that will remain the same. Tuesday, we have OPEC meetings. So if you're trading U.S. oil, make sure you look out for that. Then we have core retail sales, which is expected to dip. Makes sense because the U.S. is reinforcing lockdowns again. So that makes sense. So we may have a bearish dollar this week just based on fundamentals. The rest of the day is pretty quiet. And then we go into Wednesday. CAD CPI, no forecast yet. Pretty quiet Wednesday. And then later in the day, we have some Aussie unemployment, which is set to go up a bit. So look for a bearish Aussie for the week. Thursday, we have Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, also looking bearish as well, considerably bearish. This was our last result, 32.3. We're looking to be at 22.0. That's actually a steep drop off. And the rest of the day is pretty clear. Friday, we got a few Canadian stuff right here. No forecast for the sales, but overall fundamentals are hinting at a bearish dollar. Technicals are hinting at a bearish dollar, so that's the bias we'll carry over, and then we'll change it on a day-to-day basis. But for now, I think the push down to these lows is the move. All right, so I'm gonna go to the majors now.